The loaded question. All right, so while I can't answer this question for all programs because again, they're all going to have slightly different rules on when it comes to working in CRNA school, what I can tell you, what I know is that the vast majority, now that there are D&P programs, they're 36 months, most programs are going to allow their students to continue to work for the first year of the program, so the first 9 to 12 months, while you're mostly just working on your D&P project. However, once you start your actual anesthesia coursework, most of them do require you to not work or make sure you maintain that B or else, essentially. If you don't maintain a 3.0, they're pretty, some of these schools don't have any remediation, meaning if you get below a B in any of your coursework, then you're dismissed. So ultimately, working is not going to get you through CRNA school. Loans will get you through CRNA school. Now, I know a lot of you are cringing. You're like, oh, what? Yeah, I mean, it's the vast majority of people, unless you're really good at saving, unless maybe you spent the last 2 to 3 years traveling and saving for CRNA school, the vast majority are going to live on loans. Yes, you will get enough to live on. Yes, you will have to find ways to cut back and budget and be thrifty. I carpooled. We cut out cable. We never went out to eat, maybe on occasion, like for a anniversary or birthday or something. I ate lots of ramen noodles. No, but I was actually fortunate enough to where I had my husband when I was in school. I wouldn't say, he wasn't making, bank or anything. We still had to live very thrifty. I drove a 13-year-old car. He drove an old car. Yeah. I packed lunches. I didn't buy Starbucks. I couponed, but we made it through. I took out loans to cover both living expenses and my tuition. I also was able to get a $35,000 stipend through a place that I took a job probably about a year into school. I had a job lined up after school with a $35,000 stipend that we used to help pay for living expenses as well. Those types of positions do exist. I had about $10,000 in savings when I went to CRNA school, and I blew it all. Yeah, I really did actually blow it all. But we went to Puerto Rico in school for like a week for a vacation. I was at my best friend's wedding who lived in Baltimore. It was quite expensive. And my dog got sick. My car broke down, just the life that always happens. So I do suggest that you have kind of like an emergency fund. We also had really good credit. I'm a big believer you need to make sure that your credit, if you're going to have it, to make sure you're using it wisely. But when I graduated from CRNA school, we were completely broke, and it was going to be about 2 to 2.5 months before I'd actually get my first paycheck. So I took out $10,000 on a credit card with 0% interest, and we did just fine.